Hello friend, today in this video I'm gonna bring you an Intune how to create and validate and assign a deployment profile, and this is we're gonna do it in the process of an autopilot procedure, and this is we're gonna do it prior configuring device registration for autopilot. So first things we're gonna do here, create a special group and assign a dedicated profile and assign it to the group in here prior of performing configuring a device registration for autopilot. So this special tab a group, all these devices going to be associated eventually in here, and you assign the profile also into um, this group. So if we go to here to home and all devices, and then devices, and go to enroll devices, and the area where it says Windows Autopilot Deployment Programs. I already have performed this previously and uploaded this uh, uh, and doing it remotely through online, which is, as you can see, this is a previous virtual machine that I've done in here, and I did the process and was was added to the that group that I mentioned to you, the designated group in here, um, which was called the autopilot manage in here. I'm gonna go ahead for for the sake of this class, I'm gonna create a new group, and I'm gonna show you the process of associating the profile to this group, to that group specifically in here. So we're gonna go here where it says group, and we're gonna create a new autopilot manage group. Click on new group, and it must be a security group for sure. Then we're gonna give it a name. We do test auto. Put a test autopilot group, and it did recognize the name. I mean, is valid name. What I mean. And basically, the next steps is the membership types has to be dynamic devices, and not assigned, of course, not doing users. These are devices. And here we are selecting devices because when we boot these devices, when we add them, I would like to know, I would like to see these devices been recognized and managed by Intune, which that's the whole purpose of the process in here. And the part of the fun of autopilot, and I need those machines like magically boot up and know that are managed by the autopilot Intune, which that's the goal. Matter of fact, in here of doing the process. So that's the purpose. I'm gonna do a dynamic device. So in here, where it says uh, add a query, we're gonna add a query, and I will input the query shortly. So basically, the query is going to be located on the Microsoft website that we're going to add here. If you go ahead and do a search which says Autopilot Dynamic Security Group, and you click on it, and you can read through this a little bit, but what I'm looking here is a designated group that I'm gonna be utilizing. I just want to make sure I'm in the right place. It's right here to create a group that includes all the all of your autopilot devices. So basically, I have to you see me copying exactly with no spaces because this is a query, and I'm gonna go here, add expressions. Okay, I'm sorry, it's not the part, and then gonna go to edit. Gonna go ahead, add this, and make sure and double check that's exactly what you added. Oh, here we go. You see, that's what I'm talking about. We have missing one parenthesis. Gonna copy again, and we're gonna go ahead and paste and double check again. So this is the query you're gonna be adding in here to, as it says here, to create a a group that includes all of your autopilot devices. Enter this in here, and I'm gonna go ahead and click OK after I made sure that this is exactly what we needed in here. And basically, I'm gonna go ahead and click on Save, and look, everything is intact, and create. And the group says created successfully. Test autopilot group. It's gonna go, and we're gonna look at it under the group that we just created. And it's right here, as you can see, test autopilot group, and that's the group we're looking to have in here. So as you can see, this is the autopilot test autopilot group. Now I'm going to show you how to create a deployment a profile. So basically, you can go again to devices here, and again, I already set up a deployment profile, and previously have a group and a deployment profile associated. Now I'm creating another one for the sake of this class to show you, and I have already device, as you can see here previously, so I'm gonna planning to add another one. The previous device I have it add up to was through Hyper-V virtual machines. I've done that through that process, and I'm doing it now through Azure Portal, matter of fact, through one of the VMs, which I have Windows 11 here, and that's what I'm planning to perform and show you eventually. Um, so I'm planning to do this deployment profile. It's going to eventually manage the out-of-the-box experience managed by Intune. So we're going to go to devices, and going to click on enroll devices, and one thing worth of to mention, the autopilot is only available for Windows. It's not available for any other OS in here for the purpose of uh, deployment. Autopilot is only available for Windows, this feature here. Um, that's um, that's why you see it, it says Windows Autopilot. It doesn't say any other operating system here, as you can see. So we're gonna click on deployment profile. As I mentioned, I already have one, and we're gonna go ahead and create a new one in here, and I'll go ahead and give it a name. This is test. The same. I'm gonna put it the same as the group that I created, as you guys saw earlier. So I'm gonna go with the test deployment profile. That's what I'm planning to give That's what I'm planning to give the name of it. I know it's a lengthy one, but that's the name I'm planning to give in here. Or maybe we can put here autopilot. I know it's a lengthy one. Test dip. Can abbreviate it to dip for deployment profile. Autopilot test dip um, profile for abbreviations in here. And the second options I'm gonna explain to you right now in a minute. And the second option, as I mentioned, this is when if you have a group that needs to be associated with, which obviously I do. That's what you're gonna select, and it tells you here. Select yes to register all the target devices to autopilot. It says here if they are not already registered, the next time registered devices go through the Windows OBE out of the box experience, they will go through the assignments autopilot scenario. Please note that certain autopilot scenarios require uh, rec um, a specific minimum build of Windows and such. So that's what I need to show you. I know it's a lengthy article, but it's very good articles in here. That's the reason we can go ahead and select yes in here. And to be honest to you, is nothing gonna happen here unless you trigger the out-of-the-box experience, which I will show you eventually in the other classes in here. But this is as a preliminary, you have to set it up to yes. So all these devices going to be associated with this specific profile, and then eventually with that specific group in here. Um, and then the next things we're gonna do is the out-of-the-box experience. That's the main, actually, that's the main um, blades that I need to explain to you. So this deployment modes is always as user-driven, and you have an option for self-deployments, and that's not gonna happen. This has to be user-initiated. That somebody has to put it on. No, used to be one of these previously have a Pixie that you put all the devices and then you connect them with, then you trigger. Still is going to be a user interference in here. And the just to let you know, if you choose self-deployment, a lot of things been great is going to be grayed out because it's going to be automated totally in here, which that's not what's what we are explaining here and what I'm going to be doing. And one more thing I need to mention about this is the screen. It might be a look different. Again, Microsoft does update things on hourly basis, so it might be a look different than today's date. Maybe it's going to be a different screen or different. Some stuff is going to be not looking the same here, but in general, just explaining what it is now for this moment. And the other things is join Azure AD, and that's what you can have a join to hybrid, which I'm not doing this right now. We're gonna do it Azure AD. Microsoft's software license terms is I prefer to hide that, and also the privacy setting. Here it says specify that to show the privacy setting to users. They have no business in looking into that. And Azure here says specify whether shows EULA to users, and then I would select to also hide that. Um, Also, one of the things I need to mention here um, is the hide change account options, which I highly recommend to have it hide in here. Which, as you can see, change account that's not for regular users if you're not a sysadmins. Um, and I suggest to hide that here. And user account tab, I'll leave it to standard in here. The allowed pre-provisioned deployment, this is a scenario when you have a lot of machines that need to be added to the autopilots, and the uh, uh, application needs to be kept or not. I'm not going to go in a lot of details and depth into this, but this is, if you can read, enable pressing Windows key 5 times to run. This is something to for to authentication to enroll devices and provision all the system context apps and settings. User context apps and settings will be delivered when the users sign in. So if you have something that if you're resetting your computer and you have a lot of applications need to be added to that, not to be wiped totally, that's the option. You can select yes in here. Um, the next things will be the language and the regions. You have all over area. So for me, I would select the United States here, and okay, and English for the United States. Okay, and then I go to the next option, and I'm gonna leave the automatically configure keyboard. The next things would be apply device names template. This is a very important part, and I've seen it generating in random names and such, not the way you prefer to have it in here. So if you set it on to yes, it will give you an example, and for like how it's supposed to be look like, and it's, if you can read into this, it tells you what is the requirements. But for my case, I would put the the name of the my YouTube channel's abbreviations, which is Alpha Sky Technology, and then you will see the other characters. T, and I'll put hyphen and percentage, as you can see it says here. You have to have a percentage and then rand for random, and then a percent, and then a colon, and it's going to be a 5 character and then end of the sentence, which is with the percentage. You take it. So AST, this is what I'd like to see. It's going to start with this AST dash a percentage, and then it's going to be random and then percentage. That's what I prefer to have it. Each machine up to 5. I'm putting here, as you can see. So this is all what I have to set up. I'm going to show you here. It looks good. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and go to next. So right here, and now folks, we're at where we have to add all devices. We have it, or add a group, and that's what I have, a group, and that's what I showed you before, that I group I selected, which is called test um, autopilot group. Select that, and it's going to be here for excluded group. I don't have anything to show that for now. And the excluded group, you can have excluded group, and if you have a device, for example, add the excluded group. But when you do an autopilot, always the um, exclude group to takes precedence on a regular group. It has a hierarchy on that. Basically, that's what I can tell you. But for now, I don't have any. I don't have to add any groups in here for the purpose I'm doing here is only showing you the out-of-the-box experience and how to set up groups in order of a profile and associate the profile to that group in here. And next we're gonna after this click on next, and this is gonna show you review and create, and you can check everything looks legit and good, and then you're gonna go ahead and click on create, and this profile successfully was created, as you can see in here. And if we go ahead and refresh it one more time, and this is the old one that I have, and this is I just created for the purpose of this class here. One more things I need to actually, after setting up the new group or new profile in here, I have to go to and check the auto enrollments has been set up. The automatic enrollment has been set up or not. So it has have to make sure for the manage device manage mobile device management has been set all, as you can see, and also manage application mobile application management has been set all. This is very important. You can set it to some to none, but for it's recommended to set it to all, so everything is going to be go ahead and it's going to be start managing properly in here. And that's into the process in a nutshell. One more things I'd like to do here, would like to show you, and this is very good to have when you have productions, and you have to have a company branding, we call it, like your certain names is going to show up. When you go to Azure Active Directory, and then you're going to go to search for a company branding, and again, this kind of features going to be differ from different from each different from time to time, because things, as I said, may looks differently, you know, and looks some sometimes um, not the way you think it is, but you can set a company branding in here in the way you prefer, and we were at default. When we click on company branding, we're gonna getting it started. So you can go ahead and try to edit that, add a logo if you have a background and such in here if you prefer. And as you can see during the signing process, through the out-of-box experience, you can have a lot of things the way it looked like the background, so you can change that. The layout the way you like, the header, the footer. For me, sign in. I will go ahead with the sign in form, and I can add something in here. The we can put like something that it will be come. Um, Welcome to my exam, or welcome to. We can put something to. Welcome to my channel or lab, as an example. That's you can have it in here. And I'm gonna go ahead, click on next, and we're gonna save this, because this was already created. As I mentioned to you, I did have a previous process, but I'm doing it for you. So this is you do this, the company branding, when somebody log in from the first time to the autopilot, this computer is going to come up. saying the name of the company or the name of the process you're doing. In my case, as I showed you, says welcome to my exam in here. And again, this is as I mentioned, the company branding, and that's what he did. The edit products and then sign in, and that's what I have already built in here. That's that's another things that you can add during the process of autopilot and while user doing the out of the box experience. So right now we have already set up our the group, and as I mentioned, and I'll show you that, and then we set up the profile, and again, this is the second profile I already done. Um, I already have done this before, and as you can see, I have you can see here deployment profile. I would have two two profiles here, and associated to also I did have a second group. This is the one of the profile, and this is designated by the test, the word test. And if we go to the groups, and that's what the profile associated to that group actually. So all the devices going to go to that that group, specific group, when we are doing the out of the box experience. And that's what I have for you for now. As always, I appreciate your likes and subscribes. If you have any comments, questions, please add it to the comment questions. Thank you and have a great